everybody. I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to the Meeple Society. Today we are on episode 95, part 1 of the T's. Our last big letter, naturally.
So stick around for the next couple of years and you'll see them all.
We will be done with the T's, if my estimates are right, by probably March or April. If we stick to one video every 2 weeks, which we've been bad about here lately.
It's a long time since this is only October.
Yeah. It's like 13 or 14 videos of T's broken down into like 13 or 14 per video. I mean, I could make it shorter by making it 20 per video, but it's still going to be just as long to get them played. So, anyway, before we get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon if you want notification of future content.
Or follow the link below and you'll see all of our social media. Okay, 14 games
Yes.
to start off
14
with.
14 on this one.
Let's start off with that great game called Tech Support.
This is one of those boxes you just love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where the box lid cannot possibly be put on correctly because, you know, it faces 2 different directions. Mm-hmm. So, Tech Support, well, let's just read the back of this real quick. Ever had to dial a 1-800 number for support? It doesn't matter.
Now.
Yeah, right? It doesn't matter if it was for a computer problem or something to do with your new gas grill. Odds are it was a bad experience. Either you spoke to a computer for 95% of your call, who dropped off after waiting half an hour on hold, or your call was dropped off after waiting a half an hour on hold. Tech Support is an easy-to-learn card game designed to recreate this wonderful experience. You don't need a hero, you need a guru.
You need a game.
This was... Okay. Oh, the rubber band broke. Oh, well. This is one of those games that at the end of the game, you do what's on the card, and some of the cards literally say on your next turn, you may play a card from your hand. Okay, well, typically you're playing a card from somebody else's hand.
Yeah.
The way this runs, everybody has a hand of cards, and you are literally pulling a card from somebody else's hand blindly and playing that card out. Well, this one lets me play a card from my hand if I pulled this from somebody else's. Out to lunch, nothing happens. Deal your hand out to the other players. They give you the like amount of cards each in return. So if I had 5 cards in my hand, there were 4 other players, I just start dealing, and each player has to give me a card out of their hand that is the same. Probably something they want to pull, because then they're going to choose me to pull from next round. Mm-hmm. At the end of the game runs out when all the cards are gone. Or somebody plays the guru. Now, mind you, if you draw the guru, it's in your hand. You can't play it unless you have that card that says play a card from your hand. That would work out nicely. But this is one of those games that whoever plays the guru wins. Problem is, if you draw it, you can't play it. You got to pull it from somebody else's hand. Mm-hmm. I could see this maybe being fun with 5 or 6 players.
Actually,
it wasn't. I mean, it just.
It was
it's
like,
not
let's
something
see
I would
how
ever,
long it takes us to find the guru.
Yeah, I don't. We're not going to hold on to it. I feel like there's just so many much better card games out there for 5 or 6 players.
Yes, there is.
So, but yeah, that is
Go
Tech Support.
Fish is probably even better than that.
Well, I don't know about that, but we have one coming up that's much better at 5 or 6 players than this is. So.
That we
anyway,
played already or coming up?
Yes. Well, like right over there on the table.
Oh.
Anyway,
okay.
we have a few card games over there that work. Anyway, Tech Support is leaving the collection. Done. Next.
This isn't it, but
I
this is
liked
Take
this
the Train.
one.
No, this wasn't too bad.
This was an interesting game, I thought. Okay, so the way this one plays, make sure I pull this out right, because it's one of those boxes, which I despise. Okay, so everybody has a hand of cards, and there's a deck over the side, and then there are these clear fair tokens. Mm-hmm. The fair tokens come into play. The goal of the game is to get rid of all your fair tokens.
Yes, and you pass all the fair tokens out to all the players.
All 100 fair tokens are used in every game, and you pass them out equally, essentially. Yeah. Okay, so the way this plays, there are 4 station cards that, of course, are going to be on the very bottom, and I don't want to dump all the fair tokens.
There's a station card right here.
Did you find a station card? Oh, good.
And there's a station card right there.
Good deal. Thank you. So there are 4 station cards, one for each color of track. So you've got your green, your red, and I think it was blue and yellow. Mm-hmm. You can't play a card unless you have a station card, or there is a station out that you can play off of. So these have to be played first. And if you don't have one in your hand, then you're just drawing cards until you do. And every time you draw a card, you have to... No, you don't.
If you have to draw a card, you got to put out a station token.
But the goal is to get rid of these. If you have to draw...
No, it's the person with the most left over is the winner.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
That's right. It is the person with the most. That's not the goal to get rid of them. It's the goal to keep them. If you have to draw a card, you have to get rid of a fair token. That's right.
Yes.
So if you don't have a station card in your hand or a card that will play off of a station card, then you have to draw a fair token. Or you have to give up a fair token.
Give up a fair token and draw a card.
So you play your station tokens out, or your station cards out, and then from there, the game runs in 2 different directions. 6 to 1 below the station card, 7 to 12 above the station card. So right now, if these 2 cards were out, the 6 and 7 of green and the 6 and 7 of red are viable. So and the best part is, if you have some in your hand, you can play every card possible. Because well, in this case, I'm sorry, it is the goal to get rid of all your cards, not your fair tokens.
Right, you keep the fair tokens if you can.
If I play my 6 and 7 here, actually let me turn them around so they're right side up. I play my 6 and 7. Oh, look, I even have an 8. And of course I have all green cards, so I'm going to have them all. Oh, that's all I've got though. Nope, 6 goes down here. It's 6 to 1.
I'm sitting there like you just told him how to play.
I know, 6 to 1, 7 to 12. So I wouldn't be able to play the 6. I'd be play the 7 and 8. Or I could play the 6 and the 5. I have those 2 too. Whichever way I go, I can't cross the station though. You have to play all in one line. There are other cards out there that do stuff. There is the end of the line card. So if you are out of cards, you're out of green cards and you suspect some of your your fellow players have all the green cards, you can end the line. That line can't go any further. It's dead.
Now it can continue this way.
It can continue this way
when it gets to
and
12
then
and then wrap.
Yes, it could do that. There are transfer cards. So say, what do you have? There you go. So say you can't find this 6 of red, but you have the 5 of red. You can play a transfer card and then play the 5 of red. It still has to be in line. It has to play off of another 5, like so. But this lets you start this line someplace else and then can continue down the 1 because you would just transfer to the 5 or to the red that way. I thought it was pretty interesting.
No, it was an all right game.
I don't see it coming off our shelf though.
No.
So for that reason, we are going to let it go. But I did really enjoy the play of it. But yeah, that is Take the Train. It is definitely a French-based game. It's actually got a seal of excellence from Creative Child magazine in 2007. So, yeah, I thought it was interesting. I liked it. Oh, it's by Bicycle. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I realized that. Anyway, that is Take the Train. Very interesting card game. I liked it, but we are going to let it go. All right.
So listen to that. She might like it, but she gets rid of it.
Well, because, again, space.
Next we have...
Okay, so this is one that we'd heard a friend of ours talk about quite a bit, Jeff, from Tabletop Toolbox, and I'd asked him to bring it to the retreat.
And he didn't.
He didn't. He forgot.
He failed us. Way to go, Jeff.
I know, right? But that's okay. It worked out because at the retreat, of course, we've talked about the game exchange and stuff like that. So second round of the game exchange, I'm just wandering through. There wasn't really anything that caught my attention. But back in the back corner of this table, like somebody had shoved it back there and completely forgot about it, was this game. So I snagged it. We ended up playing it that night. We played
right after the thing got over.
Not even an hour after the thing was over. Yeah, we ended up playing this, and we played it again the next night at 6-player, and it was a lot of fun. All right, so the way this one works, you have your central card. That's the card that goes out in the middle of the table. Now, for a card game, I will tell you, this takes up a ton of table space.
Yes.
This is not your average take on an airplane type of card game.
No.
This is takes up a lot of real estate. Here, have some green cards. All right, there's 6 different colors in the base box. There is a little mini expansion out there that has 2 more, a little promo deck. We ended up getting that and giving it to Justin and Jackie because I didn't feel like we wouldn't have a table big enough for 8 players with this game. All right, so the way this plays. The idea is that you are wanting to overlap cards in a way that makes them look like they are a continuation of the card. So for example, this card here, I could do, see how the little triangle here is, or you've got the squares. I could do this with this card and overlap this square with this square, or this triangle with this triangle. The idea is that the line, the outer line has to completely be, well, not necessarily unbroken because the cards do break it, but you kind of get the idea where the line is all but solid there. That's the goal of the game. You're wanting to lay these pieces out in a way that makes the cards look like they blend together properly. But here's the trick. All you have access to out of your deck of cards, you have your whole deck. Everybody has the exact same 20 cards. You have access to your top card and your bottom card, and that's it. You have to pull from one side or the other. You can't fish through your deck to find the card that you want to play. I've never had a case where it couldn't be played, but the rules do say you can start a new area if you need to.
Yep.
But we've played this a few times now, and we've never had a problem with something not being able to play. Now, one of the tricks, though, is that at the end of the game, the pips that are still showing on these cards, that's your points. That's who wins the game. It is a tricky game to score, I will give it that. But, oh, nope, I can't fish through the deck.
No,
Duh.
you can't.
So I
You
can do
just
this
said
side.
that.
I did just say that. And you also can't overlap cards. So say I could not do, well, I could do this because that's just overlapping by a smidge. I'm not actually breaking a line. I could do that. I could not, well, no, I could even do that. I could do it right here. I was trying to get a good example of having to overlap a card, but it's not out there yet. So if I did that, so say next time Greg wants to play something right here, he could not do that because it overlaps too much of this card. You could overlap by a smidge, but that is it. You cannot actually cover points.
Which I was looking at playing this card.
Oh, so
which
yeah.
Over.
Oh, well, that
Is that just a smidge?
that's a smidge because you're only covering the very edge of the card.
I don't think smidge is actually in the rule book. That's
No,
wrong
but
word
what
there.
you could do, because of the way this is, you see that? How that lines up? You could
that's
also
true.
do that because it lines up both of them perfectly.
Why, there you go.
And I just lost 4 points, 3 points, 3
3
points.
points.
That's the basis of this game. You are literally just trying to put cards out, and it gets very exciting when you've got a whole bunch of different colors out here. And all these different
I'm sure
colors
you showed
are.
a picture of, so they get
Yeah,
an
that's
idea.
true. I do have lots of pictures of this one. We've had games that have almost gone off the table, but as long as they balance, we call them legal. I don't know. I really like this one. I really do. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. That's just a smidge. You're not covering anything drastic. So, yeah. Anyway, that is Tacta. Very, very interesting card placement game.
Yep.
Like I said, that rule of only having access to your top and bottom card, it does give you some options because each card, you can flip them over either way. But yeah, you can't fish through your deck, and you got to be careful not to shuffle your deck after the game has started. And I love this game. It's a neat one. But anyway, that is Tacta. Connect, cover, and conquer. The hardest part of the game is counting up the score at the end of the game. Anyway, we're going to hold on to this one.
Okay.
All right.
Next, we have Take the Cake.
Take the Cake. This is a game geared toward, what, 4-year-olds?
Right. It's
4-year-olds.
geared toward 4-year-olds,
Yeah.
and I go into these games, got to remind myself it's for a 4-year-old.
Yep. So when the game starts, you have a number of these little, I think it's 4 of these cupcake cards out at a time. And they're out for everybody to look at. They don't belong to any one person.
Nope.
And then on your turn,
You roll
there is a
dice.
3-sided die here. You roll the die, and see, that shows you how many times you can shake it. And you have your little cupcake shaker here. So you shake it, 1, 2, 3. And that's
You
it.
got an awful lot out that
I
time.
did get a lot out that time. And then from there, you put the pieces where they go. Color and shape do matter. Is that it? Really?
That's all you get.
Wow.
You get one card.
So once you have put all the pieces out on the cards where they belong, and it's your choice where they go. So maybe this white square had been able to finish something else. I could have put it someplace else. But whatever pieces you're done with, whatever cupcakes are fulfilled, then you get that piece, and these are points at the end of the game. The points vary based on the color of the frosting, which also varies by the color, how many sprinkles are needed to fill each one. Anything that doesn't get filled goes back into the shaker. Anything that does have a home stays out. You pull out the next card, and the next player goes and does the same thing. Rolls the dice, shakes the shaker that many times, and puts out the pieces he's got. It's a cute little matching game geared toward 4-year-olds.
Yeah,
it
gives them an activity to do.
Yeah, there's some dexterity
Yeah, when you
involved
get down
in
low,
shaking it.
low on ingredients,
yeah, they
it's
don't
hard
come
to get
out
them
very
out.
often. Yeah, that's true. So there's a lot of interesting little things here for kids, and I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, we don't have any 4-year-olds in our life.
Nope.
So it's not something that I want to hold on to for the long run. So anyway, we are going to let this one go, but that is Take the Cake. Cute little game for 4-year-olds.
Yep.
4+. All right.
Next we have Taco Bell Party Pack card game.
Yes. Got some dust on it.
This came out when all of a sudden everything, they were taking IPs of everything and making just weird games out of them.
It's a cute game. The victory points are
Nacho chips.
nacho chips. So you have so many of these out based on player count, and they range from 1 point, I think, up to 4 points. You take one whenever you make a match, a specific type of match.
An exact match.
Exact, or it's a
When you
craving
match
match.
the craving
When you
match,
match
yeah.
the craving. Okay. So the way this one is played, you've got a number of cards out on the table. These are all the different customers that have come into the store. And you have to try to match what they want with the cards in your hand. You start off with a deck of cards. There are ingredient cards, or not ingredient cards, but food cards.
Menu cards.
Menu cards, thank you. And then there are sauce cards.
Sauce cards.
The sauce cards, and then there are just special cards that you can also
Why
open
didn't I get
late.
that one?
Choose a menu item. If they have one in their hand, each player must give you one of that menu item. Wow. Well, with a 2-player game, that might not have worked so well. The 6-player game, that would work nicely. But anyway, these are laid out. And these show what each customer wants. Like this customer, Supreme Superfan, wants 5 matching items. So he wants 5.
And he's craving tacos. So if you got 5 tacos,
5,
it's
yeah. Good. So good call. He's craving crunchy tacos. Crunchy tacos?
it
Yes.
just says craving tacos.
Yeah, it's that picture though. So he is craving tacos. If you have 5 tacos, fantastic. Not only do you satisfy him and get his card and his points, you get to draw a Dorito or a tortilla chip with more points on it because you matched his craving. However, you don't necessarily have to have that. If you have 5 bean burritos, which I do not in my hand, but if I had 5 bean burritos, I could still satisfy him to the point that I could take his card and get that 7 points. I just don't get the additional points. The game ends when how many ever of these had to be set out are taken. That's the end of the game. So the first 4, 5, 6 people to match the craving ends the game.
I'd be mad if I went to Taco Bell craving 5 tacos and they gave me 5 burritos.
I know, right? These all crave tacos. This guy wants
This one-
craving a soda.
This has the Cinetwists. I think
Craving,
that's what they call
and
them.
this is any 4.
Any 4 menu.
4. So I could give him a burrito and a taco and a crunch wrap. And I know I saw a Cinetwist in here. And there's a Cinetwist. There we go. I could give him all 4 of these. His craving is satisfied. He's satisfied. She is satisfied. I get the card. I get the Dorito. Or nacho, whatever.
Nacho chip.
That's the whole game. It's just a really light card game.
Yep.
It's,
It's fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to it. I like the theme of it. I think it's just a fun little party game, and it holds 6 people, which is nice. It's hard to find some card games that hold 6, although we've had 2 really good ones here. So yeah, I'm going to hold on to it. I like it. All right.
Next we have Tadaaam!
This was actually really fun.
Yes, we played this with Ben.
Ben and
Our buddy
Colleen
Ben,
and
his
their
wife
daughter.
Colleen, and their daughter
Luella.
Luella. I can never get her
Oh
name.
my gosh, we laughed so hard at this game. And I took pictures of some of the stuff, so I'll show you some pictures. All right, so this is a drawing game. Simple as that. But there's even an advanced mode. We did not play the advanced mode because Luella is only 8. So we did not do that. But here are your player boards. Every player has a player board that closes like a little curtain. At the start of every round,
Let's start the game. You decide what you're going to, what level you're going to do.
What level you're going to do. There are 5 different levels, 4 different levels, 4 different languages on here. In this case, we will choose English, so we're choosing green. So we went with the green.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. I think at one point, my 1 and 2 was hard, so I went down to 3. That's okay. Like my 1 is banana. So how this works is that you are partnering with somebody to draw this picture. So I would draw this side of the picture, and then I would hand it. So it's like I would do this. If my picture was banana, I would do, maybe I would do that. And that does not look, that's not going to look like a banana by the time we're done, I guarantee it. And then I would hand the game board over to my partner like this, and you go left or right.
And it says to write it down in the corner what number it is.
It says to write down what number you're doing. So I did number 1, so he knows what he's drawing. And then I would hand it to Greg like this, and he would have to draw the other half of the banana. And hopefully, mind you, well, he can kind of barely see where my lines left off here. He would draw the other half. And this is not going to look like a banana, guys. Sorry, I'm terrible at drawing.
What in the world is that?
It's a banana.
Looks like a green bean or something.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Some of our pictures are much better, trust me. And I will show those. It was fun. We laughed so hard at this game.
Yes.
We are going to hold on to this one. I think it was just a fun party game. And they really enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. We're going to hold on to it. And I didn't bring anything over here to wipe this off with. So I will go get something to wipe this off with. But that is Tadaaam. Tadaaam. We're going to hold on to it.
So next we have Talkin Tango, the turn-taking silly sentence-making game.
This was funny. This was, again, you work with partners. It had a timer. We let the 8-year-old control the timer. That was fun, though. All right, so...
Yeah, so we did, again, we did this with Ben and
Colleen,
and
Luella.
Luella.
Yeah. Okay, so how this works, there's a deck of cards, and each player takes one card of whichever character they're going to play. And then the rest of the cards get put into a deck and all get shuffled together.
Yep.
So then on the start of my turn, I pull a card from the top of the deck, and my partner for this round is Felipe, whoever's playing Felipe. I don't remember who was, if any of us were playing. I don't think so either.
That was Fernando.
You were Fernando. Was I Sylvia? No, I was Margarita.
Margarita.
So you pull up whoever your partner is. Then you pull from the top of the card, you roll it. There's a die 8 in here. You roll the die 8, or the die 12, I'm sorry. You roll the die 12. I'm looking at it, and there's an 8. There was an 8 on top. You roll the die 12, and that tells you which number you're going to choose off of this card. You both look at it, but nobody else at the table can look, because everybody else is trying to guess it. Say I rolled a 3. And Greg and I each look at this, or whoever my partner was, look at number 3, and then we have to start a sentence. I have to start it, and word by word, we have to come up with a sentence or a phrase or whatever until somebody guesses what we're trying to say without actually saying the word. So I may say I'm, going.
Huh? I'm. With that word? Yeah, it's like going, I'm.
Yeah. So you're going to say, I'm going. And I would say, to get some coffee from, whatever.
Overpriced coffee.
There you go.
Maker,
Until somebody comes up with the word Starbucks. That's the whole concept. We were a little concerned how well it would work out with Luella.
Let's say if me and Ben had that, we would have said overpriced coffee.
Yes. Anyway, the idea is a sentence.
Yes.
But
overpriced coffee is a sentence.
That is not a sentence. That
Why
is a
is that not
statement.
Well,
Because there's no. Anyway.
This is an overpriced
coffee
joint.
There
place.
you go. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Colleen actually mentioned how this was something. Luella actually really enjoyed this. I was very surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised. I was very excited to see how well she did at this. She did really well.
Good, yeah.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give this to Colleen and Ben for Luella's sake. There's the timer. Yep. I need to take the batteries out of this. How do you turn this off?
Press the button again.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so we're going to give this to Colleen and Ben for Luella. They commented how they thought this would help her with sentence structure and just all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun, and they really enjoyed it. But we are going to hand this off. Let's talk in Tango.
Okay, next week.
Hold on. It went off again. All right.
Next we are doing Targi. Targi with the expansion and all the geek up bits and extra components.
Yes. Okay.
I bought this for you for Christmas one year.
You did, and we've since gotten the expansion. We finally got a chance to play the expansion the other day. And
this wasn't one of my favorite games, but I knew you really liked it. So
I did, and I do. So we've since bought all the geek up bits, and probably spent more on geek up bits than we did the actual game and expansion put together. All right. So how this plays? Each player has 3 people to start with. And you have this expansion, and I will show a picture of this because I'm not going to put them all out. But the expansion...
The expansion?
The
area?
Expansion, I'm sorry. The edge cards are put out in a specific order, and the patterns match, so you can kind of see how they go together with all the patterns. In the middle of the cards is a bunch of goods and tribe cards. And you're going to have, it's going to be like a mixture. You're going to have goods. So then you've got your tribe cards also. And normally you would have a full base around here, but I'm not going to put them all up. You have your peoples. Oh, you have them over there. Thank you. And one by one, you are putting out one of your people on the edge of the board, and as are your partner. Now, there is a robber, or I don't know if he's a robber or if he has another term, but he blocks one area.
He's a bandit, I think.
A bandit, okay. He blocks an area, I know that.
I will search for you.
That works. So one by one, you are putting your people out on the edge of the board. And
he is a robber.
He's a robber. Okay, so I was right. So you're putting your people out, and your opponent's doing the same thing, and then maybe your opponent comes over here, and you're going to go over here, and there, and there. There we go. And of course, there's going to be other things out here. So what's going to happen, though, is you're going to have crossroads. The only big rule is that you cannot place your piece across from somebody else. You can't share the same edge card. You cannot be across the same edge card as somebody else. You can put your own piece there, but I mean, maybe you want that ability that strongly. I don't know.
But can't be there.
Why can't I be there? Oh, because the robber's there.
Right
I can be there. So what's going to happen is that at the end of the round, when everybody's chosen their locations, you're going to go through and you're going to mark your cross sections. So this guy crosses with here, right here. This guy crosses here and here. These two are going to cross here and here. Now, I'm going to get the cards that the little pieces are sitting on. All of the cross sections you actually pull from the board and they get replaced the next round. So if I get these two, I pull these cards out and they are replaced with the opposite. So this would now be a tribe card and this one here would now be a goods card. They'll get flipped over at the start of the next round. We'll see what they are. Meanwhile, I'm also doing the actions on the edge cards that I laid down on. I'm gaining resources, I'm gaining stuff from those. Some of the cards are giving you various goods, some are giving you victory points. Like this one gives 2 salts. This one gives a straight up victory point. This one's a tribe card. Tribe cards are a little different. They're victory points once you play them. Some of them will have one-time abilities on them. Some of them will have endgame scoring on them. Some of them just give you all sorts of stuff. But in order to play them, they all have a cost. Once you play the cost, you can play them down into your tableau. And your tableau is 12 cards, a 3x4 grid that you get extra points for at the end of the game based on what type of cards you're laying down, what type of tribe cards you're laying down. I mean, that's essentially it. It's a very light 2-player game. It is a 2-player only game, but you're using the cards to gain resources, to do various actions, to move your people
special
around.
actions.
Yes, all sorts of stuff. All right, but that is Targi, and it's on backwards again. We are going to hold on to it. All right.
Next we have Tactico. That doesn't even have a picture of the game on the back.
So you can't put it on wrong, right? Anyway, this is one of those Goodwill purchases a long time ago. Based for ages 7 up from Discovery Toys. Okay. We had not played it till the other night when we broke it out to play it. And at this point, I'm still not sure we have.
I'm still not sure if it's a game.
Agreed. So the way this plays, you take all of these numbered tokens and you put them out on the board wherever, just randomly, you shuffle them up and throw them out so you don't know where the different numbers are. And there's all these different spots on the board. There we go. Now, how this plays, this is a 2-player game. In order to determine who goes first, each player chooses a chip. The highest number starts. So I get to go first. Great. At that point, each player, in turn order, is going to remove 4 chips from the board. That's it. Just remove 4 chips from the board. They have to be in order. They have to be in a line, but that's okay. From one of the lines. There you go. Okay, so now what happens is one by one in turn order, each of you chooses a chip and removes it from the board. Whoever had the last chip flips it over, and that's the number of points they have. They have 3 points.
These don't mean
nothing. Whoever gets to 50 first, I think, loses the game.
50 first? Yeah, I think it was 50.
The player left with the last chip turns it over, records the number 30.
30.
When the player reaches the total score of the 30, the game is over and his opponent is the winner. So the goal is to be the person who doesn't pull the last chip. So if you're going first, well, let's put it this way. If you don't pull the high chip first, you're going to get points at the end of the round. I mean, that's how it is. It's just there's not a game here, I don't feel like. I don't get this one. Maybe there's supposed to be some finesse to it, but if you know, it's all random on where the numbers are, so you have no idea what number you're choosing. So, yeah.
And it's always going to be
different.
The person who draws second.
Yep. Is always going to get the points.
Is always going to get the points.
Yeah. We're going to let this one go. I don't see the game in this.
No.
At all. And I hate to say that about anything, but yeah. It's leaving the collection. All right.
Okay, now that we had we had a couple of good games.
Yeah. We've had 4 so far we're keeping.
Now we're talking about Takenoko.
That's the empty box.
With the expansion.
We finally got the expansion into here, so this will actually get recycled, but okay. Takenoko. We've played this a couple times in this last round because we played this with Doug and Mary because they needed to play it for their video series.
Yeah, and then we played with Ben and Colleen.
No, we played this on our own. Ben and Colleen only played.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
We played this on our own because we wanted to play it with the expansion. So the way this one plays, each player has a board that gives you your actions. In the first round, you don't roll the dice. From then on, you're getting a kind of a little bonus action because of the dice. So you're choosing two on a routine turn. You're choosing two of these possible actions. One action being to draw 3 cards off the stack of tiles.
3 tiles.
3 tiles, sorry. 3 tiles off of the stack of tiles and placing one out, putting the other 2 to the bottom of the stack. So depending on what cards you have, you may choose a specific one, and you're putting one out. That's one action. And we'll just put a couple other out here just for the fun of it. So that's one action. The second action is to take some irrigation tiles. And we've actually got 2 different kinds because I found some upgrades years ago that are translucent. So you can take these and put them on your player board. You take one if that's your choice.
And play them later.
Yep, and they can be played at any point. One is to move the gardener. When the gardener moves, he moves in a straight line, and then he makes whatever area he landed on grow.
As long as it's irrigated.
As long as it's irrigated. Right, so if he went here and it already, now mind you, as soon as something is irrigated, they're going to get stalks anyway. But if he lands there, then he automatically makes it grow. If it's a tile with the gardening symbol on it, it actually grows twice once it's been irrigated. And in order to irrigate stuff, you just simply have to get water out to it from
the starting tile.
The starting tile, which is basically a giant lake. The fourth option you have is to move the panda bear. The panda moves on to any tile again in a straight line and eats whatever's there. He eats one piece of stalk from whatever's there, and it goes down here into his little belly on your player board, and these get turned in later for cards. The fourth option, or fifth option, is to draw cards. There are 3 stacks of cards out that each do different things, and these are your goals. This is also the timer in the game. These are your points in the game. You have your landscape tiles, which essentially are layouts of the different tiles. So this tells you what kind of layout you want. And once you have that layout somewhere in the board,
specific about it, like these are all, they just need to be irrigated.
Yes,
there are some that needs one of the specialty tiles on it.
That's the farmer tiles. That's these. The farmer tiles want specific growth patterns somewhere. Although this wants it on a water tile. So this would not work for this because it wants this water token on it. So it wants this icon on a green tile with 4 stalks, with 4 pieces of bamboo grown up on it. Then I would be able to fulfill this card. But all of the gardener tiles are that way. They all want specific growth patterns amongst everything that's out. And then there are the panda tiles, the panda cards. The panda cards simply want specific colors of stalk. So remember that yellow stalk I ate? Well, this guy wants 2 yellows. So maybe my next turn, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to eat another piece of stalk. And then at the end of my turn, I can turn this card over. It's completed. I have 4 points. I turn these 2 pieces into the supply and my turn is over.
Yep.
First player to 7 cards. I want to say it's 7, normally 9 in a 2-player game. Triggers the end of the game. And then it's all points from there. It is a neat game. This is an older game. This came out, I want to say, in like 2014 when we first came into the hobby. This was one of our first bigger hobby style purchases. And I've always liked it. We've gotten a lot of plays out of this guy. Oop, I guess I probably ought to put the rest of the board back here. I'm closing the board up and I still have the panda and the farmer out and the tiles out. And, oh my goodness. All right, anyway, that is, box fart. I thought that was upside down. I knew it was upside down when you handed it to me, and I didn't remember turning it around. Anyway, that is Takenoko with the Chibi's expansion, and we have emptied this box into this box, so this box will go away, and we'll hold on to it.
It makes a picture, though.
It does it? Does the picture? No, it doesn't. Maybe on this side? No. It doesn't combine. These don't match up here.
Use your imagination.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Anyway.
Next we have Talisman. Now this is base game Talisman. This has no expansions at all, and I think this is the fourth edition of it.
Yes.
The board that I've seen has not really changed at all.
No. This board is huge. Okay. This board is, I mean, folded is that thick. Okay, so
this is a typical
this is a typical roll and move game.
Yeah.
Only you don't have to necessarily move in a circle. You have your choices as to where you're going.
You can go either way.
Each of the rings have different things that happen along the edges, some good, some bad. As you're playing, various cards are put into various regions, and those stay there, and they become dominant over whatever is in the print, because you've got to deal with that first. The idea with this game is everybody starts in the outer ring, and you are building your characters up enough that you can get into the central ring, and then again, still trying to build your characters up because the central ring is more dangerous than the outer ring. And finally, you get into the last ring, and now you have to go in a specific order, in a specific direction to get into the center of the board and win. So, typically the first person to the center, at that point, they're doing damage to all the other players.
Yep.
And then if they can manage to get that damage done before anybody else gets to the center, they win the game. I got to the center first.
Well, it's basically a last man standing game.
It is. It's a last man standing. You're right. I got to the center first on our play, but I was really not able to get enough damage done to you to win the game. By the time you got there, it was just a head-to-head. Whoever rolled the worst lost, and it was me.
Yeah, because I had plenty of things to re-roll.
Yeah, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
No.
I did...
It's a very classic game. It's been around for a long time.
It has. It has. I did enjoy it, but I will admit by the end of it, it got very tedious.
Yes.
Especially right there at the end where the game should have been mine. I was there first. I was stronger.
But you didn't.
And my dice rolls sucked.
Yep.
It came down to a bad series of dice rolls, and I lost because of that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that I like those kind of games where, to heck with all your strategy through the whole game, my last 5 dice rolls sucked and I lost every battle.
Well, because you didn't have, the fate cards?
It doesn't matter. I did, and I had to use them
But I
all.
had more.
Yeah.
You needed a lot more fate cards before you went in there.
Regardless.
She didn't like it.
I was okay with it. Mm-hmm. It is not something I will ever pull off the shelf to play.
Right.
But I think we are going to hold on to it.
Yeah.
You very much enjoyed it. And we have friends who I think would enjoy it. And we have friends who do enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So we are going to hold on to it. He can just play with his son or somebody else.
Yeah, because I can't play by myself. So it's a 2 to 6
it's a 2 to 6.
Anyway, imagine this game at 6.
It would be a very
long game. It may have been different.
I'm sure it would be.
Because there would have been more take that. Because there is a lot of take that in this game.
There is a lot of take that.
You can come in and battle other people and take things from them.
And we stayed away from each other for the most part. Until we got to the very end.
Yeah, because I knew it was going to be at the end by that time. Yeah. You'd never finished the game we played it where we were doing the whole take that through it.
No. Anyway, we're going to hold on to it. But yeah, okay.
Next is Talisman Legendary Tales. This is more of a kid's version.
Yes, this was our first experience with Talisman. And I think I think at the time we knew it wasn't this, but it was cooperative, so we thought, let's try it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot all the stuff in this game. Yeah. So this one it's more of a scenario base. There are 5 scenarios, and based on how hard you want to make it, depends on the number of points you get. Mm-hmm. So
what happens in the scenario before affects the next scenario.
Yes. So there are a number of tiles in here, and each scenario tells you how to lay them out and what your challenge is. They are never laid out in the same fashion. They are the paths are usually connected. Sometimes, you know, you might have a path off to the middle of nowhere type of thing. But for the most part, you're going to have these paths. Everybody has their characters, which come in these burlap bags. Your powers are right here on the burlap bag tag. And everybody has a starting set of chips in their bag. And the goal is you're trying to gain more chips to put into your bag, because this is a bag building game. You're pulling chips out in order to do battle against whatever you're facing, and there are various tokens out on the board that give you different hazards that you have to challenge. You have to get through with swords or magic or shields, and I think that's there's a time tracker involved that you have to move the time tracker down every time one of these is pulled from the bag. I think we won. We played like 3 scenarios.
Yeah, we lost one.
And we lost the last one twice and just said, okay, we were done. But overall, as a kids' family game, I see the appeal to this. It's just a fun bag builder. Yeah. It had 0 to do with Talisman, though.
Yeah.
After having played
it was
Talisman,
just a fantasy world of that.
There was really no connection with Talisman directly. Okay, but that is Talisman Legendary Tales. We are going to let this one go. It will find a new home. But yeah, see, there you go. There's a picture on the back. You can kind of see one of the layouts. So it's just it's a line you have to follow and battle as you go. So anyway, yeah, we'll let this one go.
Okay.
All right.
Next we have Taverns of Tiefenthal.
We don't play this very often, but
we really
like
enjoy it. But we have...
Again, right.
We have a series we're doing.
Yes.
We have so many games.
I was excited to pull this one out, though.
Yeah,
and we
I've
did
been wanting to
play
get
with
up for a while.
we played with every module.
Yes, we did.
So the idea with this one is that the boards are
Your
changeable. Everybody's player board is your bar setting. And now I bought this.
Yeah, these don't come with the game.
No, I bought these on Etsy a long time ago, this insert, and it makes your bar all nice and neat and contained, which I love. So each of the pieces of your bar, though, change out. So the idea with this one, it is a card, it's a deck building game.
It's a deck building game with a lot of upgrading pieces.
Yes. So you're upgrading your deck with various types of cards. You're upgrading with extra patrons. You are upgrading with, that is not that, dishwashers that affect over here, and they let you add a +1 to some of your dice. You've got barmaids that give you access to more dice if you pull those out of your deck.
Of your own special
Of your own color,
dice.
yep. You've got extra tables so you can serve more patrons. You've got basically beer suppliers that give you more beer. Beer is how you buy your patrons, how you attract your patrons.
In barbacks.
And then you've got your barbacks over here that also give you more beer. And those, again, will let you attract more patrons. So as the game progresses, and depending on which modules you're using, like there's a module that lets you flip your entire bar over. And now this piece gives you a whole new module to play, a whole new way to play. Using your bar itself. There's a letters one that if you flip this piece over, now you attract more letters. Some of your patrons, their signatures, right? Your patrons are signing things. But as you're going, you can upgrade this little area, your dishwashing area, so that now you get
a permanent dishwasher.
You have a permanent dishwasher, so you can always affect at least one of your dice. This one here upgrades, and I think this one just gives you points.
Waitress.
I don't think this one, does that one? Yep, I guess, yeah, it does. It gives you a permanent new dice. I'm sorry, I forgot. Well, some of them don't do that. This one gives you more storage. This gives you more storage for your money. Because money and beer are not a
this
resource.
This allows you to move your disc farther.
Yep, yeah, these
for less money.
Yeah,
or no, same dice number, but you can move it more.
These flip
on
over.
That other board you pulled
The other
out.
board, yep. These flip over because, as I was starting to say, money and beer are not a resource you hold on to. you can only store so much, and you have to store them right here. If you don't have these flipped over, then you're limited to how much you can store between rounds.
Cash register upgrades.
Yep. I already flipped that one over. Yeah, because it's usually one. If you put a die here, then you get 1 coin. If you flip it over, then now you get 3.
The tables upgrade.
So you get an extra table.
Extra table.
Yep. So all of your entire
upgrades.
bar is upgradable, and I love that. Everything flips over. So I love the way they did this. You're rolling dice. Well, first of all, you're starting out by putting all your patrons out. So you have various patrons, and she's one that comes out. Yep.
There you go.
That's the 3s. You're putting all your patrons out onto your tables. And then after all your patrons are out, you see what you have to work with. Now you're rolling your dice. You roll the 4 white dice. Everybody gets 4 minimum. You also have 3 of your dice of your own color that you can get if you have any waitresses. The dice are kind of a drafting. You roll them, you take one, you pass your little piece on to somebody else. And every player has this little piece here that the dice go onto. Yep, their little coaster. So you're putting the dice onto your coaster and you're passing it around the table and everybody's taking 1. And then after that, you know what you've got. You've got your own personal dice if you had any waitresses that nobody else can touch. Now you're placing your dice out. Well, this particular patron wants a 3. If I happen to have drafted 3, I could put this 3 here, and now I get 3 coins. My 3 coins can be spent to buy or to hire a dishwasher. So I have that she's in my thing.
Or to upgrade things.
Or to upgrade something. If I had 4 coins, I could hire another waitress, so that maybe the next time I pulled her out of my deck, I would have an extra dice to work with that round. All sorts of different things. So the money buys your bar help. The beer attracts your patrons. And then depending on how much beer I was managed to accumulate over here, and I can put dice down here to get more beer, then that's how many patrons I can attract into my deck the next round. It's just a really neat game.
The beer buys the patron.
Yes, the beer. Yes, the beer attracts or buys the patrons. They go into your deck, and then the next round you're shuffling everything up and you're dealing out until your tables are full.
Yeah, you're still dealing out.
You can only deal out till your tables are full. Once that, you can no longer pull anything out of your deck. So as soon as you fill up your tables, that's done. All the more reason to have more tables in your deck or to get this flipped over, because otherwise you start with just 3 tables and that's all you get. So you want more tables, because if you have a deck full of patrons, you're never going to get any of your help out. You're going to it's going to make it a much harder game if you can't get your help out, because they really are important. Oops. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I really do enjoy this game. I love this insert. Having these pieces just makes the game for me. Yeah, but that is Taverns of Tiefenthal. Tiefenthal. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, but there you go.
Tiefenthal.
And we're going to hold on to it. I do like this one. I like it. All right.
And lastly,
last but not least, the newest of the group,
we have Tea Witches.
We picked this up on the way home from the retreat. I got to play it at Ladies' Night. Discovered we played a couple things incorrect, but that's okay. It was a learning game. We broke it out and played it a couple weeks ago, and I really enjoy this game. Spoilers. So this is the center of the board. And then there's a lot of pieces to this. So I may just show a bunch of pictures. Everybody has their board. And this is where you're storing all of the products that you are collecting, all of the resources you're collecting throughout the game. The trick is you are collecting both teas and accoutrements to the teas. I can't remember exactly what they call them.
Condiments? Toppings.
Toppings. The toppings can go anywhere, but teas can only go onto this little symbol here. So you have to get more storage for your tea, or you're not going to be able to store very much. So each player, and it's all buried down in here. Okay, here we go. Here's some of the storage things that you're trying to buy. You're picking these up throughout the game, and all of them give you different things. Like this one here, it'll hold 5 teas, but at the end of the game, I get extra points for all the green tea I have stored here. So come toward the end of the game, I may want to make sure I have a lot of green tea stored here so I can get the points for them. There are other ones that turn anything into a specific type of tea. So I can store it, I can use it, if I store a pink tea, I can use it as a pink tea, or that maybe that tile tells me I can use it as a purple tea instead, so I can use that pink as a purple. It magically transforms itself. All right, so everybody has a deck of cards at the start of the game. Oh, nope, wait.
There's some blue ones in there.
I got some blue ones in there. Put those back there. Okay. And these are all various customers that are coming to your tea shack that want to be served, for the most part. There are some that are just there to cause trouble or to give you stuff. So at the start of the game, you are going to have your board out in front of you. If I can get a hold of a board. You have your board out in front of you, and you are drawing cards one by one and putting them out on your board. Now you have 3 spots on the bottom of the board that protect you against hexes. A hex would be if of course none of those are going to need protection. A hex is if Max draw 2 cards, must draw 2 cards. Okay, I'll come back to him. A hex is if I pull 2 cards of the same type. So if I had pulled this, then all of these cards would disappear, but this one is protected because of the hex ward. So I would just lose these 2. Well, pretend she's not there. I would just lose this one and maybe this guy if he was in front of it. Each of these yellow ones give you some sort of resource. So you want to hold on to them. Yeah, most of these are toppings. The witches want to be served, and if you can serve them, then you get their benefit. This particular witch wants 2 orange teas, and then she's happy.
And then she's off.
And then she's
no
off.
in your deck.
Well, she's no longer in your deck. She becomes a loyal customer.
Yes. That you have to serve.
That you have to serve every
Constantly.
round, or she goes away. At the end of the game, you get points based on loyal customers. So then there are cards in here that tell you you have to draw a certain number of cards. The only way to stop this from happening is if there's a hex. Now this is a push your luck aspect of the game because you want to keep pulling cards because that gives you more options. Whoever has the most customers in line basically gets to go first that round. So you want a lot of customers in line, but at the same time, you've got to be aware of that hex because you're going to lose half your customers if somebody gets hexed. So it's a push your luck type of thing. And I love push your luck, and I ended up hexed more often than not. Let's just put it that way. After that, you've got your board with all your teas out here, and you've got this gorgeous little fountain that turns, and it turns all of your teas so that they're in specific locations because the board is set up around it with all these different shops, and each shop does something different. Kind of like, that's what this reminds me of, is the dragon one. The artwork on this reminds me of...
the dragon one. Flamecraft?
Yes.
It could be because I believe it's the same artist.
Is it? I hadn't noticed, but that's what it just dawned on me, that's what this reminds me of, is Flamecraft. Because all of these shops do something different. This one here, you can buy some of those upgrades for your warehouse. Over here, you can serve celebrities, and they can become loyal customers also. Over here, you get to pick up extra toppings for your teas. This is, again, another place where you can pick up more storage options. This is ultimately a worker placement where your workers are these little magical teacups, as they call them. They're teacups. These magical little
teapots.
Yeah, they're teapots. They are called teapups. These are your workers. They go out to one of the various areas, and then from there you are filling it with the tea of whatever happens to be right in front of that shop. This tea, as long as it remains here, is magical. You can use it without having to remove it from your cup.
Yeah.
At the end of the round, then all the tea that are in your cups throughout the board come back to your warehouse and end up stored in your warehouse somewhere, so long as you can hold them.
As long as you got the space
Yes,
for it.
as long as you have the space for it. Meanwhile, you're also using tea in order to fulfill the orders of all of your loyal customers or some of the ones who are standing in line. It's a neat game. I really enjoyed my first play of it at Ladies' Night. I was very distracted because I was hosting here at the house. So I was up constantly and helping people and doing things around the house in between my turns, so I was distracted. But we sat down and played it a couple weeks ago, and I really enjoyed that play. It was good to really dive into it. I'm looking forward to diving into this one some more, I think.
In 5 more years,
no,
you
it
can play it all you
will
want.
not be. You exaggerate so badly. Anyway, that is Tea Witches, and that is it for this episode. By the time all's done, might be an hour. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, that's it. We're going to hold on to this one, needless to say. Yeah, so thank you for watching the start of the teas. We've only got, I think, 12 more videos of teas to go.
Another 4 years.
It will not be 4 years. At least it's not 5 anymore. Jeez. Anyway.
It's been 5 already.
It has been 4. We started in 22, 23, 24, 25. It has been not even 4 years yet. By the time we're done, it will be under 5 years. Anyway.
Till then, we'll see you at the next one.